Hi Leo, welcome to your 3 things for team. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Divine Faith Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out. Show her some love and support. Okay, so we got the High Priestess, King of Wands, and the Page of Wands. Wow. All right. So taking some time while you consider what you want to do, because the energy and the drive is there, just about figuring out what to start with first. Perhaps you know what you want to do, and this is the information gathering stage. I like it. All right, Leo. That was Pisces or Cancerian and Sagittarius, by the way. All right. So I can't remember if I said this is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, Leo. Knight of Coins right there. Boobies. Star card. 7 and 6 of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. No, 4 of Pentacles. Sorry, 4 of Pentacles. King of Cups. That could be Pisces. This could be Taurus. Aquarius. 3 of Cups. Knight of Swords. That could be Aquarius. So we got Aquarius here. And Queen of Pentacles. That could be Capricorn. All right, Leo. Okay, so what we have here is someone who is kind of, who knows their stuff and is doing their stuff and doing their thing, and it's kind of where you're kind of out for self. You're kind of, there might be a little bit of a need for the recognition of what you're doing rather than doing it because it's the right thing to do or because there's compassion and awareness and wisdom in the fact that you're giving someone a leg up, not a handout, that sort of thing. In terms of your partnership with somebody, this is, it could be that this is kind of one-sided, like you're expecting a lot from them, but you're giving very little. So stop with the ego need. And while there's this part of you that is pretty solid and secure and conservative, or at least when I say conservative, like meaning deep down, you have value for what you do and you hold on to that and you lead from that. But somewhere along the way, there's a disconnect and it gets to where it's kind of bragging or it's all one-sided. So get rid of the one-sided nature. At least this is your person wanting this. If you're in relationship, this is what they want. Keep the stability and the ability for that. Because right now, this is kind of one-sided. And start doing what you're doing because you feel led to do so, not because you're positioning or because you want the accolades for it. It's kind of like leveling the playing field with your partner. Instead of you being able to be the one that's kind of being catered to, it's about an equal give and take here. So, yeah, okay. So what's this star card about? I'll tell you what though, if you get rid of the need to kind of be out there and among and have everybody know what you're doing and kind of, you know, doing the things you're doing and really wanting to make it a concerted effort when really it's you wanting to, this could be you dating, right? But this wouldn't be about you and another person if you were dating a bunch of people. This would be, so it's kind of, this feels very one-sided. And yet, again, there's deep down, you're doing what you're doing because you believe in it, but there's this disconnect and you need a lot of attention or accolades for what you're doing, and you need everything to kind of be what you want, or like you for the Leos I'm reading for, oh god, it could be that you like to get your way and it kind of has to be your way or the highway, and you're like, well, I've got nothing to lose because I'm holding all the coins here, so if you don't like it, you can just go. That's not a relationship, that's an employee, you know what I mean? So the fact that you are steady and stable and can conserve or can make the right decisions, that's good. But it doesn't mean that you're calling the shots all the time, and it doesn't mean that it's about you all the time. And that's not leadership, that's control. That's not assertiveness, that's being just domineering, or it's not, it's getting what you want at the expense of someone rather than it's a communal effort, which it kind of should be in a relationship. You know that. All right, what's this 6 of Wands? 6 of Wands. Knight of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords right here too. Yeah, this is about, I'm doing what I want when I want. It's all about me, which if you're not dating and if you're not in connection with anybody, fine. That's not too shabby. If you're doing your own thing and you're able to navigate, that's fine. But if you're looking for a relationship, that's not the way to be. Then, yeah, no. What's this Four of Pentacles here. What's this? Power. Good for you. Good. There's value in that. There's value in you being able to navigate and kind of keep everything on an even keel in the face of adversity and conflict and chaos. So yay for that. What's this King of Cups about? That could be Pisces. What's this King of Cups? Ace of Pentacles. There it is. Good. There's that emotional security and that wisdom coming from a place of leadership, of compassion, of keeping things on an even keel, because you're coming from a place of strength, not from a need to cut and run because and out of self-preservation. This is about being open and receptive and still maintaining the stability and being stable and compassionate and open, but still being grounded, versus taking everything and running and just being like mine and all me and self-preservation at the first sign of adversity or conflict. So you have the ability to do that for yourself, to weather the storm and to see things through and to hunker down and bear with and withstand setbacks. The disconnect is in relationships, you cut and run. For the Leos that I'm reading for, this is about you cutting and running. So, and obviously, if I'm talking, if your person is somebody that's a jerk face, you absolutely cut and run. They don't deserve your stability or your ability to weather the storm and see things through, and they don't deserve your leadership. But if you're with somebody that you just haven't let in, or that everything's been one-sided, you need to get rid of that, and you need to keep the stability in the face of adversity and open up to being emotionally receptive. And I don't want to say vulnerable, because it's not about being vulnerable, but this is about, instead of it being all about you, it's about providing safe haven and shelter for the person you're with also, that they can trust you and rely on you. And you're going to find that this is really going to open up to you two being able to connect on a deeper level emotionally. Because for the Leos that I'm reading for, your person that you're with is somebody that, if you were to provide that kind of emotional leadership, like that safe haven emotionally, that rock steady, solid presence in the relationship, that builds trust. That builds like someone having confidence in themselves and you. And then there's like this investment in the relationship emotionally. All of a sudden, you two are having a great old time, going here, doing that, seeing this. But and next thing you know, you have a solid relationship because there was that sort of emotional strength and stability that entered the relationship, because you didn't have to be all about you. You actually made room for someone else, and it's you two having a relationship instead of you having an employee or an underling that kind of just does your bidding. What's this Three of Cups? We're trying to keep this under minutes, not doing well. What's this Three of Cups? Seven of Wands. Wow. Get it? So, again, there's that abiding connection. Having a great time, running around, doing stuff together, opening back up the channels of communication, feeling safe, making a lot of good memories, a lot of good times had, because there's that emotional safety and security. It's not about, that shift that takes place from, it's not about any party will do, I just want to, feel a certain way by the end of the night or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, versus, okay, I don't want to do that, I just want to be with the person. I don't really care what we do, I just want to be with the person. Like going to, this is more important because I want to make memories with this person. Not like, I don't care where we are, I just plan to be, feeling no pain by o'clock. This is a change from that. Same thing. I don't care who I date as long as they do for me. This is different. This is shifting out of that to being like, you know what, I do care who I'm with. And I'm going to hold on to goods until I find somebody worth investing in, because I do have a lot to offer. So it behooves me to find somebody that has a lot to offer me, because I deserve that, because I'm willing to give that. Somebody somewhere is going to go, well, that's not how. It kind of does work like that. It kind of does. Because then at the end of the day, after 6 months of constant giving, it becomes a ministry. It's not a relationship. It might be an exchange, but it's not a relationship. This Knight of Swords. There it is. Knight of Swords, Two of Cups. I like it because you being open to the other person creates a relationship where like you two are better, stronger together than you are apart, because of the emotional security that you feel with each other, so that you can have the good time. It builds strength. It's this Queen of Pentacles. Oopsie. Five of Wands. Get it? So this is going to empower them as well. So by you setting the tone for that emotional stability and like, you know what, I'm willing to invest in this emotionally. You now have my attention. Let's do this. The other person's like, I got you. I'm right behind you. I'll meet you in the car or whatever. Let me just grab the bags or whatever. Like that's this. But if you keep it about you, there's no room for the other person or persons. You know what I mean? If you're dating and whatnot, you're just dating to keep busy or to keep. If you like this person, if there's an interest there, if there's a fit there, it is worth investing, because they are, for the Leos that I'm reading for, this is someone that, after you shift it from it being about you to, because there's a sense of control here and keeping it one-sided, obviously. When there's room made for that other person, it's like you two become really connected, and they have your back and you have their back, and it's like you're a powerhouse, because you've got the emotional stability, or you've got the protection. It's almost like you've got that groundedness and that strength and that solidity. And it's all that needs here is that the emotions need to kind of get settled. There needs to be that trust built, and you need to make room for that person so you can get to know them. You can start having, like, I want to say a lot of good times, but you know what I mean? Like making some memories and having some experiences where it's really just connects the two of you. You got somebody in mind here. The Leos that I'm reading for, you have somebody in mind. You just haven't progressed, and it's because you're kind of like, well, could be that they're with somebody and you're kind of waiting and keeping yourself busy during. But once you two are able to once you turn your attention to them and start to invest in them, they're ready for it. So it feels like you're waiting on them and they're waiting on you. Somebody's got to make the first move here. And I think this is about you opening up to them about how you feel. Honestly. Because this could be something that you wanted to do for a long time. You just don't know how to do it. But once you do, it shows the relationship kind of on the fast track, and your person is on board with it. Like they're like, yeah, let's do this. Oh, shush. I am not talking to anybody right now. In case you can't hear, I got phone over there making noise, and it's like, I'm not, I forgot to mute it. What else for Leo? Age of Cups. Yay. All right. I like it. So this is just because once somebody lets their guard down, because it's funny, it's like, because you do have, deep down, you have those values, you have that solid base, you just haven't found anybody worthy of that. And then you do, and you're like, well, what do I do? And it's kind of like meeting in the middle, because you want to keep that solid base, or that ability to conserve and not fall apart through crisis. You want to keep that, but you got to let go of it being all about you, because you haven't met somebody worthy yet. So this is kind of a learning curve. All right, I'm turning this down because I can't handle the buzzing. There we go. You probably gotten in the habit or gotten used to just doing things solo, because you kind of do it better than anybody else. You take care of business, you get it done. And so it's kind of, you haven't really met anybody worthy of matching you with that behavior, like having your back like you would have theirs. So it's gotten to be all about you into the relationships that you have. And you've met somebody that you're trying to figure out, oh, it's like you got to meet, it's going to be a learning curve to let down and kind of be vulnerable, and have that be like, yes, have that leadership where you can steer you and your person clear of any drama or disaster and all that. But that doesn't mean that you're controlling the whole time. It means that, yeah, that's your strength that you bring to it, but they're going to be right behind you carrying the bags or getting the car ready or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be alone, but you're probably so used to being that way that it's going to be hard to kind of make room for somebody. And that might be what's going on here, is figuring out how to kind of meet them halfway with, like, letting them in emotionally and trusting them, because you've only really ever maybe been able to count on yourself, or at least for a long time. This person will have your back. And you two, it's almost like once you two get talking, or once you start making those memories and start doing those things, you're going to find out that you two are a very like mind. We got the 7 of Wands and the 4 coins here. So this person, what it's saying here for the Leos that I'm reading for, this person deserves a chance. You got the King of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Star and the Magician. That's a really good start. So if you can, if this person, if they're ready, if you two are not being occupied by other things, it might be worth starting to kind of move towards this person and want to do more with them and get to know them better. Okay. It looks like this is like a budding romance or a budding interest. There might be some time taken figuring out, like, oh, okay, how's this going to happen? What do I want? What do I want to do? Oh, This person's looking right back at you going, yeah, me too. That's for Leo. Okay, this is a green light to talk to the person about it, or at least pursue the person. You don't have to show up and be like, hi, I wanted this, that, and the other. In 3 years, I want to be here. There's a time for that. Now it's not it. But this is saying, bring your ideas to light. This means if you want that person, now is the time to act on it. You've spent enough time thinking about it and wondering and this and that. Go after it. This is a green light. Bring your ideas to life. Very Ace of Wands-ish energy here. Okay, all right, Leo, thank you for listening. I really did try to keep this under like minutes, and then I was like, okay, maybe under 15 minutes. Yeah. All right. Thank you for stopping by. I hope it works out with you too. You keep that strength and that leadership. You just got to scoot over a little bit and make room on the seat next to you. That's all. Much love to you in the month of April. I hope it is a good one, and happy holidays if you celebrate. Thank you for stopping by. Take care.